So, hi, this is the 2026 collective reading that I promise you guys. Here are the decks I'm about to be shuffling for this reading. These are some cards that flew out. So, clarity and disappointment has been the theme of 2025, but clarity is going to save the day in 2026. This is your confirmation. I know a lot of readings say, oh, you're coming to a point of arrival to your soul's journey, but this is the confirmation of things falling into place. The first set of cards represents the old things transitioning from old to new, the current themes that we're experiencing in 2026, and the future themes. These are the back of the decks and the angels protecting the reading. The star is falling because the star has risen. So this is a theme of coming out of the darkness into the light, being more intentional about things you want to see in this reality, being more creative. Do not be deceived by what you see, but what you feel. Go within. Trust your inkling. Starting this channel message. Let's start with the first theme, which is what themes that's carried over from 2025 that we've been transitioning through into 2026. So in 2025, most people were challenged with accepting change. I hear grasping for straws. So if you were grasping for straws in 2025, trying to make certain situations work, your soul was already calling you to see the bigger picture, and it took you to balance your emotional intelligence. So if you see here, we have 2 5s, and then we also have a 10, because 2 plus 8 is 10. So this is completion of self-sabotaging behaviors and feeling conflicted with self due to ideologies, false sense of thinking, false perspectives. It's just a paradigm shift of understanding. Everybody has to come to terms with the role they play in their lives and taking accountability for where they stand with themselves and how their energy is moving forward. So like I said, with the examples of whatever element you show up as in your sun sign, that is just the embodiment. But whatever your sign is out of balance with is what your soul is here to work on. So like I said, if you are earth sign, that means you need to be working on your spiritual attunement with your emotions. Don't get too caught up with what you see outside of yourself. And that goes for air signs. Don't get too caught up with what you hear and what you think, because there's some truths to what you think, and there's also some deceptions that you put in your own head, trying to fulfill purposes that are no longer serving you. So let's move on. That we're implementing the current theme of 2026 that's being implemented right now, as your 2026 prediction is. In the current theme right now, mental conflict in the reverse too, it just simply means that those who have been confused about whether or not their intentions, if you have been confused about whether or not the things you have been intending to bring you happiness, emotional and physical stability, if you feel like you've been grinding your gears, this is the theme of intention, where your intentions, if you stay strong with your intention like this staff, you are currently going to see the overflow of your manifestations, of your thoughts, of your dreams, of your shift in consciousness, your shift in thinking. Everything is going to flow to your subconscious. You're going to be receiving ideas and inspiration instantaneously. The confusion, the blocks that you've been sensing has been coming from conflicting, from you tearing between this world and this world. You fell on the sword in order to give you clarity on where you needed to go. So certain endings that needed to happen with those that you thought you felt indebted to, that was meant to be, because on the other side of one door there is also an entrance to a whole nother world. You can walk through a door and it'll lead you to another room, or you can walk through a door and it can lead you to a different reality. This is a new reality. 10 of Pentacles is a different reality altogether that has been manifesting under the surface, but you cannot see it yet because they didn't want you to lose your intentions of where you were going, because things have become very conflicting. You want to hold on to the parts of yourself that have sustained you while releasing the need for survival. When you're in the 10 of Pentacles, you no longer need to survive because you have it all. You do have what you need as long as your intentions is in the right place. And those that come against you and try to confuse you, you're protected. Everything that's for you is going to be for you. The 10 of Pentacles, it puts a stop to a lot of bullshit. Money talks and bullshit do what? Is that? Let's touch on the numerology quickly. So 2s represent duality, that the things that do match, things that reflect each other. If they are equal and even, they are reciprocated. So if it's in the reverse, that means that things that are not reciprocating with you, things that you cannot change, you're releasing control of that because you're setting your intentions for this 1 + 8, which is a 9. That's self-mastery. Putting your skills to work without any emotional exhaustion. Cutting out the noise. Relieving the stress, however that may be for you, but in the most healthiest way where it does not cause you mental conflict. So if you feel as though you're tired of having flings and short-term relationships and short-term gratifications in jobs or anything of that nature, you're going to no longer allow yourself to sell yourself short, because you know your intentions is for you to receive more, and more you shall receive. As long as your intentions is in the right place. The minute you get into something that is not intended for you, you will know, because this will turn right back up to this. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, when I first pulled this card, I know if you saw it in the pre-shuffle, this came out in the reverse, but Spirit told me to put it up right, because there's some doubt there if whether or not you can receive this. But you are being told and confirmed in this message, if you see this, you are receiving everything you asked for. Keep them intentions upright. Keep that spiritual knowledge intact. Because knowledge is power, and it's the true abundance of this world, okay? It's the true abundance. So let's move on to the future themes that we're going to be looking into for 2026. So the future themes that we see is the sacral chakra. We have the inner world, going within. And then we also have a number 7 for deception. So the themes moving forward is going to be, there's going to be a lot of creative deception, or it's going to be a lot of deception around the authenticity of creation. So meaning that whatever you align with, creativity has to come from a place of a balance of your ego and your soul's purpose, because your ego is to protect your soul's path. But if you allow your ego to run rampant, it will lead you into destructive natures that can create a overstimulation of a sacral chakra. Because just because you can do something, that does not mean you should. And just because you have the opportunity not to do something, that doesn't mean you should not have the opportunity to do it. If you go within and you align your purposes of what it is you wanting with what's true to what will make you feel good, not just in a sensual aspect, not just in a, oh, let me post this to see how many views and da-da-da-da. That doesn't matter. You need to be inspiring. You need to bring inspirations from yourself. So, like I was saying, the sacral chakra represents creativity, sensuality, flow state. Okay, so in order for us to be in the flow state, we have to constantly shift our consciousness within in order to receive what we want to see out externally, because it's not the other way around. External evidence is just a residual of what you create from the inside. What I always say in my TikToks, life imitates art. Art imitates life. Hey, however it sounds good to you. Because number 7 is spiritual lessons. So you're going to be learning moving forward how to see through certain levels of creativity, whether or not it's created out of authenticity or was it created out of to deceive you from your soul's purpose. You need to go within. You need to create your own imagination of possibilities and see to it that you are going to have to defend what you believe in order to create this and see the result of it. You have to become the teacher student. You have to allow spirit, this 3 and this 0. 3 is It's spirit keeping you safe, keeping you whole, guiding you without your knowing. And the 0 is the beginning of something new. So something new is being birthed through your creative creations. We have a 7, we have a 2. 7 plus 2 is what? A 9. That's another signifier of self-mastery. So we need to be mastering ourselves, our higher selves, and mastering our authenticity through our inspirations, desires, and creations. If you feel inspired to create something, do not let anybody around you that's doing the same thing you're doing or something similar deceive you from assuming that that is not for you. If you feel as though you may be having a touch of imposter syndrome, go in within, because this is not the time to hold on to this energy. This is a 7 of Wands card. This means you are going to have to defend what you believe in, but you have to understand, if it's truly a belief that your soul can live with, then it's definitely meant for you to use that to help you level up, because this year is all going to be about creativity, inspiring you to create and receive more. Because this is a theme of this whole year is a theme of divine feminine. This is the rebirthing of the divine feminine into our consciousness, and these cards definitely represent that. Because we got the soul awakening, because these cards here represent the advice from spirit. So the soul awakening with this amethyst card, this is for the third eye. This is